you're going to get to answer this one first. And again, it deals with pay to play. It says, does Morristown's pay to play ordinance go far enough? What would you do to bolster public confidence that the system isn't rigged?
Can you repeat the question? I missed something.
Okay. Does Morristown's pay to play ordinance go far enough? What would you do to bolster public confidence that the system is not rigged?
In order to stop play to play, we need to work with the community with transparency. It's not transparency right now. We don't know what's behind doors. They continue to come with all kinds of developments, and we don't know only until we see in the newspapers. So all this is just horrendous. We need to stop that behavior.
Thank you. Mr. Doherty.
Existing pay-to-play is the strongest, again, in the state of New Jersey. Prior to retaining any professional, they are required to disclose all contributions, and the town attorney cross-checks the professional disclosure form to ensure that the town pay-to-play ordinance is not violated. Again, I will reiterate that the council passed another pay-to-play or redevelopment pay-to-play ordinance, makes it even further as far as transparency. So I commend the council for what they did with the redevelopment pay-to-play. And like I said before, and I stated a few times, it is the strongest in the state of New Jersey, our pay-to-play ordinance. Thank you.
Okay.
Can I prevail?
Yes, 30 seconds, 30 seconds.
When the developments come to town, and I am in the administrations, the developments have one package that works for everybody, and it's going to be clear. Nobody has to go to the opera to request something that takes 3 months or 6 months to get.
Okay, thank you. Next question, Mr. Doherty, you get to go first. This question reads as follows. A highly touted $400,000 traffic study was conducted a few years ago to deal with the rising traffic congestion in Morristown. Now, forgetting about the COVID times, the traffic has steadily worsened. What became of that study, and how should traffic congestion in Morristown be addressed?
The traffic study can be seen online on the website to start. That traffic study was important for a couple of reasons. Really wasn't about so much as all the development was. What it was about is how the traffic movement is throughout the whole town, how cars come in from the east to the west, from the south to the north. Every access and exit point in Morristown, every car was pinged for a year. When you have a cell phone, your GPS gets pinged. So we were able to study to see where all the traffic was going. Morristown's traffic contributed to about 7%. The rest of it was movement from the north to south and east to west, most likely to Florence Park, where they built 2 million square foot of office space, etc. So it was really a detailed study on how traffic moves throughout Morristown so we can address every intersection. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. And Ms. Porras-Field.
Has been $100,000 with these traffic studies. 3 of them has been done. The public is not aware that this traffic studies has been in the website. I will assign a group to study streets where traffic is a problem. I will be honest and to tell the truth. We will expose the reasons why traffic is not being addressed. I partner to set out more studies in reference to the traffic. To go from my office to the other side of Speedwell Avenue take me 30 minutes when it should be taking me 5 minutes to get there.
Thank you. Okay. Next question. Again, Mr. Doherty, you're going to go first on this one. It says several recent development projects, including M Station, has been given a tax rate called pilots, payment in lieu of taxes. That means the developer doesn't have to pay school taxes, only municipal taxes. Shouldn't everyone have to pay? Doesn't everyone who live in Morristown benefit from a quality public school system?
So pilots are highly used in conversation that are kind of misunderstood. So the bottom line is, when it comes to a pilot, there's a bunch of tests that and requirements that developers have to meet. It's called the but-for test. So if they don't meet certain requirements, they cannot get a pilot. And if that's the case, then the project gets built without the pilot, or the project doesn't get built at all. So these type of investments, they have the right under the state law. The state created this to benefit, to help people get blight redeveloped, et cetera, et cetera. So I like what Morris Township did with the Abbey. They did a couple of meetings where they talked about pilots and explained it to the public how they were, and I think that's something that can benefit Morristown. We need to explain it more to the public to get a better understanding, but they are good for the community, and it doesn't hurt the school. The school gets its money. Thank you.
Reality is that in Morristown, Morris Plains did that, which should have been done that 30 years ago. This done in secret, or how we know 10 years tax deal give away. Why are we giving so much tax breaks? That's not helping to the taxpayers of Morristown. And it's not a good business acumen.